to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills.
Retro, go, Rido, go, guide, go, patrol,
And
go, go, Yipsy, go,
Egon,
go, surgeon, go.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Every single argument claiming that NASA faked the moon landings has been discredited. But even today, 50 years later, people discuss conspiracy claims online, on television programs, and around the dinner table. More often than not, people point out peculiarities in specific images or videos to deal the critical blow. If someone uses these oddities as evidence, what do you say? Here are the most common arguments that support this view and why each of them is wrong. Welcome to exploration of one of the most iconic and debated events in human history. Is it true that humans have landed on the moon? In this video, we delve into the evidence, facts, and captivating tales surrounding the Apollo missions, aiming to unravel the truth behind this monumental achievement. Join us on a journey through space and time as we seek answers to this age-old question. One of the most popular conspiracy arguments is that there are never any stars in Apollo photos. Free from Earth's light pollution and hazy atmosphere, you would expect to see thousands of stars in all the astronauts' images. Unfortunately, this argument rests on the photos being snapped during the lunar night. All manned missions to the moon took place in sunny daytime. This meant starlight lost the battle against the very bright surface of the moon, too dim to show up in photos. Another common argument is that the crosshairs that appear in many Apollo images sometimes appear to be behind objects in the photos. If the images were real, this would be impossible, suggesting someone painted them on. But testing here on Earth has shown that the brightly lit objects make the crosshairs appear fainter. When these images are copied or scanned, some of this detail is lost completely, giving the effect that the crosshair is behind the object in certain shots. Others point to an oddity in a photo of a moon rock taken during the Apollo 16 mission. There appears to be a C written on it, like a lettered movie prop. Again, analyzing the original photo, there is no anomaly. The C isn't there. Most likely it was a piece of hair or thread introduced during copying. A more subtle argument that the landings were faked is based on various misunderstandings of NASA equipment and lunar physics. A well-known example is the American flag that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin placed on the moon. It appears to flutter in the wind in some photos. How could this happen when the moon has no wind? In fact, it isn't fluttering at all. A horizontal rod at the top of the pole holds the flag unfurled. This makes it look like the wind is stopping it from hanging down. And there is a fluttering effect because the weak gravity on the moon is not strong enough to uncrumple the flag. After a little waving while the astronauts planted the flags into the moon's surface, they have remained proof we walked on the moon. Of course, until we return to the moon, there will always be anomalies and oddities in the records that can spark new claims that the moon landings were faked. But it is the sheer size and variety of this record that proves every one of these claims to be false. From the Apollo moon missions, there are 8,400 publicly available photos, thousands of hours of video footage, a mountain of scientific data, and full transcripts and audio recordings of all air-to-ground conversations. We even have 382 kilograms of moon rock that Apollo astronauts brought back to Earth. These rocks have been independently verified as lunar by laboratories around the world, ruling out a US conspiracy. If this is not enough to convince the most hardened skeptic, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO, might sway them. Today, LRO takes high-resolution pictures of the lunar surface from a low orbit. During its mission, It has captured the landing sites and the abandoned descent modules and rovers from the Apollo missions. And its resolution is so good, it has picked up the dark, squiggly paths that the astronauts' footprints made. Spacecraft from China, India, and Japan have also spotted these landing sites, providing further independent verification of the landings. A final nail in the coffin of the moon hoax theories is a simple instrument installed 50 years ago by Apollo 11. During their day on the moon, Armstrong and Aldrin planted a lunar laser-ranging retroreflector array on the surface. It's still operational today and allows us to reflect lasers off of it and measure the distance to the moon down to the centimeter. We simply couldn't do this if we hadn't visited the moon,